I'm Shashi Kumar. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the SAP HANA native development capabilities, which allows you to build and execute native HANA XS applications that run on the cloud. Thanks to Stoyan Mansher for his wonderful blog posted in HANA Developer Center, which really helped me to develop this video. The key tasks include connecting to SAP HANA Cloud Platform from the Eclipse IDE, create an Access project and store it in the SAP HANA repository, use SAP HANA Modeler to create a calculation view that uses the pre-delivered data content for SAP HANA Cloud Platform trial accounts, write an XSJS service using server-side JavaScript that consumes data from the calculation view and generate JSON output. Write an SAP UI5 view that uses the JSON output from the XSJS service to display the output in a SAP UI5 bar chart control. Please enjoy watching.
Prerequisites: you should have an account on SAP HANA Cloud Trial Landscape, and you should have downloaded and installed SAP HANA tools in accordance with the installing SAP HANA tools for Eclipse. Let's move on to completing the prerequisites part. Let us go to the SAP HANA trial site where you can register your account. Fill up your credentials and names, other details. You'll get the credentials through mail. Once you get it, just log on to the site. The ID which I'm using here is my ID which I created using developing this video. So don't use this ID, use your own ID and credentials. You can check the remember password so that every time you don't need to enter your credentials. So we are just logging into SAP HANA Cloud Platform cockpit. This is the cockpit where you can see all the applications. And as a next step, you need to create SAP HANA database schema and SAP HANA repository package. So let us move on to create SAP HANA database schema and repository package. You can see the dashboard where it's showing you all the applications in a single place. So just go to HANA instance page where you can see a link called new trial instance. Just click on that and create your own instance name. Don't follow the names mentioned here, you can use your own names. Step 2, basically we need to connect to the Eclipse IDE to the SAP HANA DB on the cloud. So just open the Eclipse, create your own workspace in the Eclipse, and it should match with the project which you are going to create. I mean just to make sure it's working. So this is the landing page of the Eclipse when you create a new workspace. So you need to set up, and as a first step you need to install all the required softwares. So just go on to that install new software and just check the HANA trial site on demand site where it will list out all the required software for the cloud development. So you may need to install the softwares listed here. Since I already installed it, it will list it as saying that all items are installed already. but for you, you need to install specifically. Now log on to the administration console, SAP HANA administration console, to import your cloud instance into the Eclipse. To connect to the cloud instance, go to add cloud system option and make sure it is HANA Trail, not hana.ondemand.com. It is HANA Trail ondemand.com, and fill up the details which you got through the mail and the credentials, and go to next. Yeah, it takes little time. Okay, the screen came in. Now you can see a drop down called schemas. It will list out the schemas which you created through the cockpit, HANA instance. So just select that HANA instance and say finish. So it will create and add the cloud system to your Eclipse. Now you can browse and manage the schema and repository package dedicated to your account and application. If some objects in your repository packages are hidden, you should make it visible by going to Eclipse Preference, SAP HANA Modeler and Content Presentation. Just click on Show All Objects, say OK. The access projects will be created, stored. We will move to next stage once this is done. So your instance has been added, cloud instance has been added to the Eclipse. So step 3, you need to create an access project and upload it in the SAP HANA Cloud Platform. For that, the access project will be created to store the XSJS service, the SAP UI5 views, the user roles, and so forth. So change your perspective to HANA development perspective, where you can see the project. Open the Project Explorer and navigate to File and create a new access project. By selecting Share Project in SAP repository, you declare that access project will be stored in your file system as well as in SAP HANA repository. The next step, you have to create a repository workspace that will store access project. Now you can see that your project is stored in the SAP HANA repository. Select the package which you created and say OK. Okay, click on Finish, which will complete the access project creation. If you experience a project errors due to unsupported encoding, you can go for a quick fix that automatically changes the encoding of individual files to UTF-8 encoding. Just do a quick fix on the error entry listed errors. Just do a quick fix. Say OK. I think you completed the XS project creation successfully. Next step is to create a calculation view modeling. This is basically preparing the data. You will create a calculation view, then activate it, and finally select data from the view. So just create a calculation view. Create a new calculation view of type graphical with the name S_CV. You can choose any name, but I just chose this name to align with our SCN block. It will open up the scenario editor for this calculation view. Just wait for a couple of seconds, it will open the editor. In the scenario editor, add a join node. We can see the join nodes in the scenario editor. So just drag and drop the join node. In the join node you just created, drag and drop the SNWD underscore SO and the SNWD underscore BPA tables from the EPM sample data schema. The SNWD underscore SO table contains the raw sales order data, and the SNWD BPA is a master data table containing company details. These are the reference schema provided by S.A.P HANA Cloud Platform to test your applications, build and test your applications. So it's an BPA, SNWD BPA, which is basically a master data table containing company details. And next is a SNWD underscore SO, which contains the raw sales order data. Select join the two tables by buyer GUID and the node underscore key columns. Okay, now select. Okay, before that okay, you need to select or for the join you need to select the join type as left outer and the cardinality as 1 to n. Okay, now you need to select node underscore key, gross underscore amount, the net underscore amount, and the company underscore name columns. And from the context menu, choose add to output. Company name, then net amount and gross amount. From the context menu, choose add to output. So these fields will be visible in your output. Now link the join node with the aggregation node in scenario editor. Now click on the aggregation node, select gross amount, net amount and company name columns. You can leave node key. You can still go and select all the fields, gross amount, net amount and the company name columns, and add to from the context menu choose add to output. Now select the semantic node and the details pane. Go and select the semantic node. Just verifying we have added all the required fields into aggregation node. I just removed the node key from the list. Now we have only company name, gross amount and net amount. Now just click on the semantic node and click on the properties. You need to select the client as cross client. Also you need to deselect the apply packages to none. We should not select any analytic privileges there, and save and activate your SO_CV calculation view. You can see in the right bottom corner it is still activating. So once it activated, so it is activated. So due to user isolation requirement of SAP HANA Cloud Platform and security reason, the default SAP HANA database user has restricted privileges and cannot use the open data preview context. So we need to enable the privilege to be able to see and select data from calculation view that you just created. The user needs to be granted additional select privilege. You do this by executing the procedure SCP_grant select on activated objects. You can see in the screen that privilege has been activated. After successful execution, you need to refresh your catalog folder to see and select content from the generated column view in the sys_bic schema, big schema. And to see the actual content, you can just right click on the calculation view and click on open content, which will bring data to your Eclipse. Now we can see that the data is been pulled from the schema and it's been shown here, so the calculation view works perfectly fine. In step 5, we are going to develop an XSJS service running on the XS engine. Now you can already view data from the SO_CV calculation view. Now process it and return the output in JSON format. One way to do this by implementing an XS service, XSJS basically, using server-side JavaScript. Let us do that. To do so in your project, create a new folder with the name services, and in this folder create a new file with the name sales order service.xsjs. For easy of to save the time, I already written the file, so I'll be just copy pasting the code in the file. Sales order service.xsjs. In step 6, we are going to create an SAP UI 5 view to visualize the data engine. For this, you need to create one view folder and add the view file into that. Let us do that. Create a new folder, views, create a file, companies.view.js. Just copy paste the code from the example. So this I just copy pasted. Just go through the code to get feel about what exactly the code is doing. So it goes through multiple the services and how it creates a view and all that you can see reading through the code. Now to visualize this view in a browser, you have to embed the view into an HTML page. To do so, in the root folder, create a file called index.html. You can again copy the code from the file given. In step 7, you need to add users for your XS application. In your application, you create a folder with the name roles. In this folder, create a new file with the name model_access.hdb role that has the content to provide grant user select privileges to the view. Create a file called model_access.hdb role. Okay, activate the all inactive objects which you created. So now all the objects are getting activated. To check whether your role is activated, you need to execute a SQL statement. So we can go and execute that statement. Basically, it's SAP.grand role. Okay, it's getting saved. It's activated now. So this is the role name. Now roles are activated. This is to check whether the role is being activated. Now you can see that the select statement returns that particular role. It means that you are able to activate the role. Now you just double check in your role file whether you have the correct packages mentioned there. So run this call statement. It is still executing. It takes bit. Step 8 basically it's our final step where we are going to run the application. So log into your SAP HANA Cloud Platform cockpit. So it is getting loaded. Just go to your HANA XS applications page. Now you can see that XS application has been created with the name which you have given with the URL, and the URL is the launching page of your XS application. So just click on that launching URL. It takes bit of time to load, so you can see sometimes it's showing as no data, but just keep it like that. So after a few seconds the page will get loaded. So this is the top 10 companies by sales orders. So congratulations, you have just developed your very first Access application on the SAP HANA Cloud Platform. By understanding the basic concepts illustrated here, you are now ready to dig deeper into native development on SAP HANA Cloud Platform and create a useful and attractive application to share with other users. Make sure you check future blogs that give you insights into more SAP HANA Cloud Platform native development scenarios and enhancements. Thank you.